Hello, hello, hello. This is Lolly, and part of my design team for October for Aunty Vera Scrap and Craft is I want to show you how I'm making paper baskets, and I thought I would make them for a little treat, candy baskets. Okay, so this is a brown one, and this is a medium. I'm going to show you the measurements for small, a medium, and a large. And so what you're going to need is a 9-inch square of paper. And I'm looking at the front here. Whichever way you want your design to go, turn that this way, okay? And put that in your bone folder. Not your bone folder. Listen to me. Put that in your put it in your scoreboard, and we're going to score this. Remember, this is a 9-inch square. We're going to score it at 3 and at 6. Rotate it, and now we're going to score it at 1.5 all the way down. We're going to score it at 3, at 6, and at 7.5. Now, because this is very dark and you can't see what I'm doing, I have drawn one out to show you what it's going to look like. Okay, there was our first score, and that was the next one. Alrighty, and so what we're going to do is also draw on this side where you have the most lines going across, find the center here and mark it, and the center there and mark it. And we're going to actually cut from this point to there, so it'll look like this. And so, I'm going to get some sharp scissors here, and back to mine. What we're going to do is we're going to cut here. We're going to cut vertically, cut that, cut that, cut that, cut that. On both sides, that's what it's going to look like. So I'm going to do it here. And but first, I need to turn this over so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to mark what I said down here. Okay, so now that I have that, I can go ahead and cut these marks that I was showing you. There, there. Cut out our little triangle here. But I thought I would do this for little candy, baskets. Now, they're not going to be strong enough to, take trick-or-treating and fill full of candy. They're more like for sitting on a table and holding candy on display. You could, when you were done, you could cover it with Mod Podge to give it a little extra firmness. But also because of the frailty of the basket, I would recommend using nice sturdy cardstock and not something really flimsy. Okay, and this is the design team. This is the paper that came in our kit this month, which the theme is Trick or Treat. I'm just going to give all these a good score. I mean, not a good score, but I'm going to burnish all the folds in here real quick. It's really quick to put together once you've done it. Okay, and I also want to tell you now that if you want to do a smaller basket, okay, here's the small size. This is a 6-inch square. And on this one, you would score 2 inches and 4 inches, rotate it, score 1, 2, 4, and 5. I'm going to have all these dimensions underneath the video in the video description. And this one here is a 12-inch square. You're going to want to score at 4 and 8, rotate the paper, and score 2, 4, 8, and 10. Again, I'll have those dimensions down below. Okay, so, and I need to burnish this way. And that way. And liquid glue is best for this project. Okay, the other thing that I like to do is take a pencil and a ruler. And on one of these flaps here, I want to measure in. It's better to do on this side. I hope I can see it. It's better to do it on the right side. I hope I can see well. I want to measure in 7/8. and put a mark there. I can do it on the bone here. That would help. Okay, we're going to turn it so that the diamond parts are in front of us and grab the outer 2 layers. And the reason I had you mark 7/8 inch in is that's how far I want to glue the strip on the right side, right there. And I'm going to glue them, and I'm measuring them so that they're straight across, not joining at an angle up or down, but straight across. I'm using Scotch tacky glue because it does dry really quickly. And now I'm not forcing these up or down. I'm just folding them in where it's going to come naturally, because now that I've got that top band done, these do have a natural bend to them. And I'm just going to fold that over. I'm seeing where it's going to land on this band, and then I'm gluing. And then I'm going to glue this up. Okay. Now you can, if you want to move on, try and add a little bit of a binder clip there to help it to hold. This is the top band, and if you are doing the 6-inch basket, you're going to want to measure 3/4 of an inch in, and if you're doing a 12-inch basket, you want to measure 1 inch in. And I have like the fine tip applicator here with some of the Scotch glue in it. And what I can do is if I notice any big gaps in here, I can stick that down in there to give it a little extra firmness there, just to stick it in there. But still, I like the way the bones are on the sides here. I think that's pretty cute. Okay, once that's glued, you want to take some good sharp scissors. I like these titanium scissors that I got, and just snip off the points there. Now you have this really cute basket. Now here's your options. Of course, there's more than one option. You could make like a 3/4 inch wide or inch wide strip of paper to go over it. And I'll show you how to make this basket in a moment. But, you know, this is washi tape from the kit. And it's the crows sitting on the wire. You could put washi tape on your strip. This one I punched holes in, and I used the jute from the kit and made a spider to hang down. How cute is that? And for that, all I did was I used a 1.5 inch circle, I think. It's a 1.5 inch circle and a 1 inch circle. So I punched out 2 circles in black and then 2 small orange ones for eyes. I made 2 of these. And then I just used this fiber from the kit, which is cute spider legs. And I glued 8 legs on there, and I put like a pop dot in the middle, and I glued it all together after also putting the jute to hang him. So isn't he fun? And I just put holes in there and tied him in. Another thing you can do is to poke a hole in where the basket handle lines in and add one of these adorable pins. It's a pin that came in the kit this month. But isn't that cute? I mean, it's just a really beautiful enamel pin. And there was a ghost. I really want to use that too. So anyway, I also went around on this one and I added a strip of paper that was 1.25 inches when I cut it. And then I just used decorative scissors. You know all those decorative scissors we all bought in the 80s? I used that, or you could use a die to cut a nice trim on that. The other thing you could do if you don't want handles, well, is to cut a circle of paper and just cover up the joint right here by folding it in half and gluing it on there like that. This, I think I did 1.25 inches, but I would have gone 1.5 inch circle next time. So those are just some ideas of what you can do with the basket. You can also do a double handle. You could put a handle here and here instead of one in the center, and just measure from the outside a certain amount in where you want it. And if you want a handle that folds down, then poke holes in it. Don't glue it on, poke holes and use a brad instead, and that way your handle can move, which would be really nice because then, you know, you can get your hand in the basket easier. If you want the handle long enough to fold completely to the sides, make sure when you're adding your strip that you measure around the basket like that. And that way you know it will fit all the way down around it. But again, you can do handles on the sides like that, and then you're pretty sure that they would fold down for you. So those are just some ideas for actually decorating the basket. I think actually my favorite is using the pin from the kit. Oh, and the spider's flipping around here. And the dangly spider is cute too. The other thing I did for this one, I think I'll go ahead and put a handle on this one. So I'm going to ahead and punch out, this is the 1.5 inch. I'm going to punch out the cover for right there. I'm just going to fold it in half and burnish that and add the glue to both sides here. So if we want to add handles, I'm thinking they need to be on the outside if I want them to fold all the way out. If I'm not going to worry about folding them out, I can put them on the inside. They look a little long. I have to figure out where I want them, and I think I might make them a little narrower for this basket. This is 1 inch. I think I'm going to go to 3/4 inches wide and then try that. Thinking out loud here. Or just do one right in the middle. I think I might do the one right in the middle. Let's try that. Nope. Actually, what I want to do is I want to put the white on the outside. So I'm going to wipe this off, the glue, and I want this on the inside. So I'm going to put glue here and here, like that, and hold that for a minute. You know, you could clip it. It's a little hard to get a clip right in there. And then I pre-cut out this image here. This is part of the paper collection. It's just, there was a whole sheet of these cats and witches, and I thought that would be adorable right here on that. This is orange paper from my collection. I'm using the Tombow Mono adhesive. And let's just stick this on the back. And we'll put that right there on the front of the basket for some interest. And I love that the orange there adds some color to that basket. So there they are. Now I will show you, if you want to see how to do this one, stick around. Okay, this one is also a 9-inch square, but this time when we're going to score it 3 and 6 again. But on the other one, we scored it 1.5, 3, 6, and 7.5. This time we're going to score 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, and 8. Now while I have it in here, I'm going to mark the middle of that one spot there so I know how to make those little diamonds. Triangles. Okay. Now, so what we have this time is we have, on this one, we have 2 flaps, and now we're going to have 3 on each side, and they're going to be skinnier. So I'm going to cut those out, and because I have long scissors, I'm not going to worry about getting a perfect diamond here on video. I'm just going to put my scissor where the crease is and aim for that one little notch there. Okay, what's different this time is now we have 3 flaps and a triangle to fold. We're still going to start with the top ones. I'm going to fold them over, angled down, and I'm going to do it in a way that they look like they're crossed over and touching the bottom of the basket. So I'm going to see where they're going to line up so I can put my glue on there. And see if you can see that on video right there. It's about how much they overlap. And now the next set, they're actually going to angle up a little bit. See where they're naturally wanting to fold in instead of trying to force them. And look and see where it's going to cross over here. And then do the second one to where it looks like we have, they're crossed in about the same place there. The more you force them to come down, the more rounded the basket becomes. So you know, you kind of have some control here over how you want the basket to look. My suggestion would be not to push these too far upward though, because you end up with gaps in here, which I have a little bit of a gap right now with the rounded basket, but it also is very cute. So once this is all contained and you think it's glued well, you want to cut off everything above the first 2 bars. I'm using the tonic scissors because this is a really, that's a lot of material to get through. Okay, and that's what the finished side is going to look like. Oops, I needed some more glue there. But that's what that's going to look like. And you see I put a handle on this one. This one looks more like a pumpkin than the green does, but very cute project. Okay, let's go ahead and do the other side here. So that's that in a nutshell, and the glue everywhere here, which happens. I'm going to cut this off. Oops, excuse me. And the real fun part is all the decorating you can do. So I hope you enjoyed that. Make sure you look at the links down below for getting one of these kits yourself and for Aunty Vera's blog spot. And I will also give you the link again to the blog where I first saw the paper basket that looks like this. Alrighty, thank you so much for watching.